Welcome to our All Together Passage series, a daily vlog taking you with us on our maiden voyage from France to Miami. We're on leg 1 to the Canaries. Let's do this.
I'll share with you how we do our routing on AWEN. So we're using a software called Octopus from Outremer. Here, this is AWEN. This is Mallorca, this is the Canal of Mallorca, this is Ibiza, Canal of Ibiza, and this is the coast of Spain here. So this is some traffic around us, but what I wanted to show you is different routing. So you'd see one line here, another line here. So this line is the routing that we did on board. And what it was showing us is that there was a period where we'll get no wind here, and it wanted us to reach to this point. The wind was going to shift southwest, and then we were going to have no wind again, and then we'll have a long line using the code 65 and the Genoa. So that was using two weather models, and this is the weather model we received from our onshore router. So this one, his models or his routing, we were expecting to get a wind shift here, and basically have to tack and follow this course afterwards. So neither is right, but at least his model is right, where we've had wind so far, and so we didn't have to motor. And so right now we are on this course. We didn't have to take this kind of a clearing tack here, and the wind is shifting. It's been 270 mostly, 260 to 70, so mostly from the west, but now it's veering to 285. So we're basically getting back to where the model was expecting us to be, and from that point on we should get more wind, more like 15 knots, 20 knots of wind. That's kind of code 65 territory. This is more the blue line, this is more Genoa territory, back to the code 65. So in the end, we don't want to come from under Ibiza, so we're going to cross somewhere here. Most likely we're going to keep a course kind of in the middle, and then we'll reassess in the morning. So we should get here by 9 UTC, so that would be 10 o'clock local time. So somewhere in the morning we'll assess if we continue straight. So this is what we use as our primary navigation system. We also have a BNG in the cockpit, but that's where we do all our navigation and watch. We have access to all kind of data about the wind, about the current depth, time, sails, anything you want about the boat. These are the different sails we have on board, with the S4, with the A2, the code 65, the Genoa, and the stay sail. So those are for different wind angles and different wind. You can see where we are located. So right now we are sailing under Genoa at about 70 true, and in about 10-11 knots of wind through wind. We also have an iPad. So this image is basically our eyes in the sky at night to show you that it's really dark. I'll show you the RGB camera, which sees nothing. And these are the thermal cameras, so you can see the waves out there, the sea state. You can see the clouds, something that we cannot see. So it's pretty cool. And if there was any objects on the water, it will send us a detection notification. also using the iPad as a repeater to the BNG we have in the cockpit, so we can see the charts. Right now it's in night mode, explains the color. We can also view the radar, which is typically what we are monitoring at night, with also CAI.
So how was your morning this morning?
Started great. I saw the sunrise, took a video of the sunrise, then the angle and the wind speed started to be about good for the Code 65. So I was like, I have daylight, I have time to kill. I'll
You needed something to do.
Yeah, it keeps me busy. I'll rig the Code 65 by myself. That was the first time. So I went through my steps, rig the Code 65, hoist it, which takes some time because of the double.
Because that's the only winch we didn't get.
Electric. And it's
forever.
double for the halyard. So anyway, it's good exercise. And I put everything away, unfurled the Genoa, unfurled the Code 65, come back on course, and then this is shit. Like the wind shifts straight to like, I guess that's Ibiza. The wind dies to
Ibiza.
Yeah, the boat wants to go to Ibiza. I don't want to. I want to go that way as fast as possible. So the wind shifts over there. The wind dies from like 10-ish to 4 or 5. And now we have waves coming this way and some coming that way. That one is fine, but we're now headed over there. The waves come sideways. There is no wind and the boat is just being shaken around. And then you're like, yes, yes, it's going to happen. I feel it. I feel a little breeze. And then you're shifting back. Yes, yes. And then you go back. So frustrating. All that work for nothing. But we're going to leave the Code 65 rigged, so it's not completely nothing. And we're going to play with the Gen 1 Code 65 today, because that's what's expected.
Yeah.
First, you're proud of me for what?
I'm so proud of you for rigging it by yourself.
No.
So
First,
proud.
you're proud of me for what?
So I'm so proud of you because when you came on watch last night, I saw that you were wearing your life jacket, so I was like so proud.
Even inside the boat.
And then this morning I get up. Now remember, he has the watch from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., so he gets to watch the sunrise. But he's rigging the Code 65 by himself on deck. Both John Mark and I are asleep, and you don't have your life jacket on.
It's daylight. Come on.
But no one even knew you were up here, Stephane.
Oh man, I'm checking out. Bye. I'm going to have a coffee.
Anyway, welcome to my life, in my world. So we have this little problem on our BNG where one part is white and the rest is gray.
When you're zooming, it has all the details. It just, like, for some reason, it like, see, it has all the details, so it's not like it's missing information, but
it's just gray. So when you are looking on the monitor outside here, it's really hard to see. So if anybody knows anything about that, it would be helpful because I don't know, we need to get that sorted out. We were talking to someone who said, oh, it's normal because you have all the detail, but that's not normal. I haven't ever seen that, so just weird. What do you got in here?
thanks, Alex, for the tip. If it works, we owe you a beer.
That's awesome. So that's our camping option. So, and the other thing I wanted to mention is for those people picking up their boats in La Grande is at Little. I bought this little can of bungees for I think I don't know, €4. And you get all these, a bunch of different sizes. And having bungees on board is a really good idea.
You won't probably see it, but see, I just detected a cargo ship. That's this little guy over there. So you barely see it, far in the distance, but we see it over there. So it's always good to see that CAI is working. So when we're at night, we can trust those alerts.
So the waves are getting bigger. We're under motor, which means we have hot water. And it might get a little weird later. So I'm gonna attempt to shower. Obviously I'm not gonna record that, but I do think it's useful to see how much motion we're talking about. So here's the waves. We just have some swell. And this is the shower situation. So I'll let you know how it goes, or if I get seasick or nauseous. I think that's the big question here. Okay, so here's what I learned. It's not that bad. And hot water feels really good when you haven't showered for a couple days. Obviously you've been rinsing off, but it's nice to get a full shower. So when you're in the shower, you sort of have to brace yourself on the wall. You can see it. So you sort of have to lean up against the wall, maybe like this, while you're washing your hair. And then it works pretty good. A big wave will come and you'll kind of lose your balance, so it's just good to sort of lean up against the wall like that. So yeah, feels really good to take a shower. Anything.
They're used to you on board. It's like...
the skippers always disappeared in our videos, so it's kind of funny.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I know. But what's interesting right now is we're talking about the Gibraltar plan. So what were you guys talking about?
Oh, Gibraltar plan.
Remember to speak up.
Well, you were talking about the Orcas. Jean-Marc has a story about Orcas. Maybe you can share.
My story about the Orcas. Yes, I've had the chance to meet the Orcas and to have what we call an interaction with the Orcas 3 years ago on a catamaran as well. In Barbate, it means on the Atlantic side of the Gibraltar Strait. And in a few seconds we lost the 2 rudders. We've been attacked by 2 Orcas, a big one and a small one. I presume it was mother and a baby. And we lost when we saw it, it was too late. When we realized we had lost our rudders, it was too late to do anything. We saw the Orcas only when we lost the rudders. So there would have been nothing we could have done, even though we would have known, we would have to pay attention to that. So we'll see what it's gonna be this time. We've got plans, different plans.
I wouldn't call them plans. I would call them ideas at this point. To be honest.
At least we ruled out some ideas, but we got the sand, and now we know there are firecrackers that are sailing in La Linea in Gibraltar. So assuming we're probably going to stop and buy some, and then we'll see. And there are apparently other Outremers that are also arriving, and so maybe we'll cross together, and either we'll give the Orcas 6 rudders to chew in a few more seconds, or maybe we'll have a safe passage. Who knows?
Yeah.
The bad point is that in the last year the Orcas remain on the Atlantic side of the strait, and now they seem to be entering Gibraltar. So even before reaching Gibraltar, we might have interactions.
Yeah. So
Orcas.
what's our plan if that happens?
There is the sun. The sun is a solution. We might try the firecrackers, but it's all.
You don't
To
know.
me, when you see that, that's my experience. It's already too late to do anything.
So let's say we lose the rudders. What happens next?
If we lose the rudder, I think that I would do what I did last time. I mean, dropping the sails and motoring with the 2 engines towards La Linea to Alcadesa Marina. It works. It took me a while to understand how to make the boat go straight with the 2 engines. That's not that easy.
Yeah.
That's rather complicated. But what I did, and which seemed to be working well, is to have 1 engine on, I don't know, 1,500 RPM and keeping it like that, and with the other doing direction. And it seemed to be working. That's the solution I found to have the less S traces on the sea.
Okay.
And then try to get new rudders.
Yeah. Cool. And then you were saying there's other Outremer's, so we might be able to cross with some other people.
Yeah, so there is Jolie in Outremer 55, there is Blue Pearl in Outremer 51, and I don't know, I'll check, there might be another maybe, but we're closing with the last one, but it looks like we might all be in Gibraltar end of this week, so we'll see.
Over the weekend maybe we'll go through?
Maybe over the weekend, and then what's the strategy that Brad from Outremer 45 shared is basically leave at dawn from La Linea, hug the Spanish coast, 20 meters of depth water, cut across the Gibraltar and the vessel traffic area in the shortest route, and do the 20 meter on the other side on the Moroccan coast. So in their case, they saw Orcas going north as they were going south. Luckily for them, the Orcas didn't bother and kept going north. And so we'll see, but we might follow a similar plan. I guess that sounds like a good plan. Okay.
Stop.